There's always someone who will always be better than you.
Yeah.
Second, you should always humble yourself.
Hi, this is Doreen. Welcome to Super with Cooper. I love a great success story. It helps us learn from the triumphs and successes of others who have found success in life or career. In the same way, we can also learn from their challenges or the challenges that they faced, as well as from their mistakes. Today, I invited somebody who went from humble beginnings to success or found success in their career. And I look forward to hearing about the story that this person has to share with us today. Hi, Darwin. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm feeling great. I'm honored to be part of your program. As I mentioned earlier, I've always been supportive of anyone who's advocating for learning and development in the community. And that's why I'm full supportive of what they're doing.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Darwin. It is my honor to have you on my vlog today. And could you please quickly introduce yourself to all our viewers?
Hi, everyone. My name is Darwin Rivers. I'm an HR professional. I've been working in HR for more than 20 years. Currently, I'm a senior director for the shared services of a BPO company. I'm also the president of the Philippines HR Group. The Philippines HR Group is the largest online community of HR and HR aligned professionals in the Philippines. Currently, we have more than 255,000 members. I'm also a certified life coach, and basically I'm a dreamer. I've always dreamed for bigger things in life, and I would like to be with people who are aligned with my dreams. That's why I'm here joining, of course, you, Doreen, for this endeavor.
Thank you so much, Darwin. You have had a lot of successes. I'm guessing challenges as well along the way to your rise to success. And one thing that I would love to hear more from you, and I'm sure our viewers would love to hear more from you also, is can you please tell us your story or a little bit about your story in terms of how you started as a young professional and how you got to the point of becoming an HR leader? And I ask you this because I'm sure that we're going to learn a lot of things from this story that you have.
My journey in life was not really all roses. I'm the love child of my mom, and basically, all throughout my years, I've been a working student. I've started working at the age of 17. I've worked in different fast food chains and hotels. When I was able to reach college, I decided that I would like to pursue a degree in behavioral science. Initially, I took up psychology. And of course, being a self-supporting student, I was able to land myself a scholarship in one of the universities here in the Philippines. I was taking psychology at the time at Manila Doctors College. I was a scholar of the Metro Bank Foundation. But since the scholarship was really for just my needs in school, and I have other needs because I was living separately already from my parents, I opted to transfer to a university, a public university, which is basically a state university, the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. During the time that I transferred at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, I was applying for admittance for psychology. But the dean of the College of Sciences said that my personality does not fit those who are studying psychology. I would remember this. She said that my personality, I'm more of a person who loves talking. I'm more of a person who is very extrovert, and my personality itself would fit someone who's taking up sociology, someone who's uh, learning about how society works. And I took up sociology. I graduated with honors. I really want to be a teacher, but given given my social standing, I said that I would like to build a career where I can not only uh, learn or upgrade my skills, but also be able to support myself and my family. I started my career in the call center industry or the BPO industry. I started my career in operations. I'm an ops person. I started as a call center agent, moved my way up from becoming a operations supervisor. And when I become an operations supervisor, managing a lot of call center agents under my team, having different types of accounts, um, that's where I decided that I wanted to shift from operations. I wanted to shift to the support group, and that would be pursuing a career in HR. So I started my career in HR in recruitment. And from recruitment, I moved to different facets of HR. From recruitment or from talent acquisition, I moved to employee engagement, and then I wanted to pursue learning, not only the learning that I'm having at work, but I invested in myself. I went back to school while I was working. I enrolled myself at UP Soler. I got a diploma in industrial relations, so that from employee engagement, I was able to move to labor relations. From labor relations, became a full-fledged generalist. At the age of 30, I was given an opportunity to become an HR director. My very first leadership role as a director was with Canon Business Services. When I was already part of the leadership team, of the management team, that's where I decided this is something that I really love to do. When you go up the ladder, it's no longer about the different, your skill set in terms of being able to manage stuff, kasi that's already a given. But when you go up the ladder, it's really more of how inspirational can you be? How will these people, or how will you be able to inspire people to do better? When I was part of operations, there are two distinct experience that changed me in terms of pursuing a career or shifting a career in HR. One is that there was this time when I was still a team leader in one of the BPO. There was an escalated call coming from an agent of mine, and I took the call, and unfortunately, because the client at the other side was really at the verge of, that person has a lot of complaints already, and it's something, and my role is to de-escalate the situation, to be able to handle the call, and I was able to handle it well. It's just that particular person still filed a complaint because she felt that my agent, who initially took the call, was not able to help her. There was an investigation, and it came to a point that my agent would be terminated because of that. And I felt that that's not right. But my manager back then said that that call has went through the higher ups, and someone needs to be terminated.
Mm-hmm.
So I told my manager, then terminate me. Another thing is that during the time that I was starting my career in recruitment, and I've seen a lot of changes in the BPO industry. One of my colleagues told me that I would never be a successful HR person.
Oh wow.
Because, yes,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
that's the exact word. I would never be a successful HR person because my background is in operations. I would she saw me as someone who would always side with the agents or would always side with the employees because I understand them. And she said that I'm not seeing it in the eyes of management, or I'm not seeing it in the eyes of an HR person. And I was wondering what should be the difference.
Wow, thank you so much, Darwin, and also for your trust in sharing those moments in your career that have helped change you. I think that all of us have those moments that, when we look back, it becomes instrumental in shaping us, and they become powerful anecdotes in terms of who we become in the future or at the present. Now, the question is, were there mistakes perhaps that you made or missteps that you took which have helped you become the person that you are today?
One is that a lesson I've learned is never put work because of trying to achieve something, because of trying to prove something. I have pushed the limits, not only of my mental health, but also my physical body. And that brought me in different instances where I got hospitalized. The most recent one was last year when I had to be in ICU for 4 days and hospitalized for the whole entire 7 days. I would always forget that work will always be there. Expectations would always be there. But for you to be able to achieve whatever is expected from you, you should always have the right mental state and the right healthy body, because this is your vehicle for you to be able to work well. Number two would be never compromise your values as an HR person. I've seen a lot of people, and I myself experienced, where our values was put in a situation where people would ask us or would put us in a situation where our values would be compromised. But you have to stand your ground. It's okay to resign. It's okay to say no if you feel that your core values, your integrity is compromised, or how you do things that you feel deep in your heart is correct, is justifiable. If you're in a situation where you're being asked to do things that you do not like because deep inside you know it's wrong, then you need to step back and rethink how you can get out of that situation.
As an HR leader, what is something that you think all young professionals should know this new normal? So if you were to think of maybe one thing or some of the most important things that young professionals should know specifically about work during this new normal, what do you think could that be?
The top 3 critical competencies that any professional should have right now, either you're a fresh graduate joining the corporate world, or you're already in the corporate world and trying to move your way up the corporate ladder. You have to be agile and be able to make sure that you respond immediately to the situation. You have to be resilient in terms of your mental and emotional capacity. Understand that it's but normal that whenever there is a change in situations, people get affected because of the thin line between your personal life and your work life. There's really no such thing as work-life balance anymore. There's really more of a understanding of how you prioritize on between work and your personal life on a per situation basis, right? Yeah, you have to be able to focus at work, and you have to be able to focus on dealing with all your personal stuff. Because again, if you're working at home, it tends to mix up. Third would be understand that this is an era where collaboration and networking is very important. You need to collaborate. You, unlike before that you are working with people face to face, you are working with teams, with people that you regularly see and interact. Now you will be collaborating with people using technology, and understand that this actually opens up other opportunities for you to collaborate not only with people inside your organization but also within your community, within your industry.
So just to quickly summarize, the top three competencies that you notice are important nowadays for all professionals are: one, to be agile and responsive; two, emotional and mental resilience is also very important. And you mentioned specifically that we need to learn how to prioritize in every situation. And third, you mentioned collaboration and networking. That's another important competency. All right.
Building relationships is very important right now because uh, in a situation where you're you're stuck inside your homes, being able to establish valuable, genuine relationships, even through the use of social media or even through the use of technology, is very important.
What are tips that you would like to give every professional who's watching in terms of how they can become more successful in their careers, not just in the new normal, but also in the future?
Well, number one is understand that whatever skill set that you have or whatever knowledge that you have right now, it's not enough. It's always the best plan is to ensure that you have continuous learning. So use the time that you have, whatever idle time or available time that you have, to learn. No one is indispensable. So as long as you're earning, save for the future. I've seen a lot of people whom, because of the pandemic, even if they're already on management level, they've lost their jobs because of the changes happening in the economy. One of the struggles that they've learned is that, or they've experienced, is that they thought that they have enough savings, but unfortunately, it dragged down for months and months and months. So you have to have savings. You have to make sure that you are financially wise, especially these times. You find your teacher or you find the people who will teach you if you really look or if you really took time to search for them. There are people who would say that they don't have the right mentor, they don't have the right coach, no one's teaching them. These times would actually give you an opportunity to look into your network, to look into your current circle, able to contribute to my learning or to my development. Is the people in my circle able to contribute to my success? Are the people in my circle aligned to my values and aligned to the dreams and aspirations that I have? Are the people in my circle able to add value to me as a person? If you are not able to identify people, then that would really help you or add value for you as a person, then reach out. Go out to your shell, and reach out to people who would be able to add value. Because again, there's this spiritual saying, the teacher comes when the student is ready.
Let me just quickly go back to the first one. I totally agree. I think that learning or wanting or the desire even to keep learning can really set you apart from so many people out there. When it comes to saving and being financially wise, I'm also going to be sharing with you a story that I don't often share. And when I became a freelancer in 2015, that was one of the most difficult financial situations that I found myself in, because I was an employee before that. And I knew I had a salary which came in month after month. And I was spending. I didn't really save that much. That was really life's way as well of teaching me how to be more mindful of my money, because it it really made me save or want to save. Because when I became a freelancer, there were so many expenses that I didn't anticipate when I was still working, because I didn't plan on becoming a freelancer. I kind of just stumbled across it or over it along the way, because I was studying my master's full time and I decided to give it a shot. And then suddenly there were so many expenses. I was like, where am I going to get money for all of this? Yeah, that really helped me learn. And it's just unfortunate that so many people had to learn the really hard way as well when the pandemic hit. Because as you said, a lot of people, they didn't anticipate that, and so they thought maybe they had enough, but then the pandemic hit and a lot of people just went into financial problems, which is really sad, really sad. Third tip that you gave to us today is about surrounding yourself with the best people, and you talked about this or expounded on this by saying, look into your network. Are they able to contribute to your learning, development, and success, and humble yourself? And this actually reminds me of the saying that you are the summary of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Yeah, right? So it's really a question of who are you surrounding yourself with, and how exactly does that make you a better person? This choice of surrounding yourself with these people. What are tips that you can give students who are about to graduate and look for work during this time?
You need to go back to, if you're familiar with Simon Sinek, when he said that always go back to the why.
Yeah.
Right? Always go back to the why. Understand, why did you graduate? Why did you spend 4 years of your life studying? If you understand your why, then you'll be able to understand what are the things that you can do to prepare yourself, and how can you do things properly to ensure that you become successful. Whatever you achieve in life, always remember 2 things. There's always someone who will always be better than you.
Yeah.
Second is, you should always humble yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Always be humble, kasi whatever awards you receive, whatever title you're able to achieve in your career, always be humble, because those are just titles, those are just salaries. What's important is, how do you affect people? How do you inspire people? How will people remember you?
Darwin, I have to say that in our interview today, I can tell that you definitely have been identifying what you wanted. You have been achieving those goals, and you have been working really, really hard to achieve your goals, not just for yourself, but for the people who truly matter to you. There you have it. Having a sense of purpose, remaining humble, and keeping on learning as some of the many highlights and insights that were shared by Darwin today. I hope that you found some really helpful wisdom in Darwin's story, and I hope that you're able to apply it to your life and your career. I'll catch you again next time.